Sadly, gets the chance to play for C, which is OKC. So it's either Maps or Grizzlies. Hopefully, it's Maps. They're an interesting team. ASMR. Check. I check.
Check. Check.
Check.
Do it again. Do it again.
I see you where you sleep. Don't close your eyes at night.
What he said.
I'll hunt you. Welcome.
You're gonna give introductions, Camilo?
That's what I'm about to do.
In ASMR though.
Welcome to the MTI cast. That's it.
Who's here?
We have Hosbaldo here typing on his phone. Like this is not important. We have Mr. Sean here playing with the pyramid. And then we have Jesus behind the keyboard playing some Mozart on it. It's just that he's playing for deaf people. That's why you guys don't hear it. Yeah. They won't know.
They won't know.
What piece are you?
Played it.
What piece are you keying today?
Thing,
I see them.
and we have Camilo here with his
And it's me.
with his Real Madrid jersey.
Yeah. Rocking it as a real fan.
He's in mourning right now.
I am.
That's why he's wearing black.
That's why
it's a black one.
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
Shout out to Madrid. Knocked out yesterday.
That's fair.
Shout out to Real.
They're watching this in their coaches. Same as the semifinals and the finals.
Shout out to Arsenal though.
They play a
Very
very good
good.
game. Smart guys. Smart coach. Smart decisions. Play like a team.
Are they second in the league?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're like 20 points.
They can never win it.
Yeah.
They
Never
can
know.
they
Liverpool
can never win it.
Darwin Nunez is the best striker ever. It should be
Yeah.
initial tipos of Barça. Todo bien.
Estamos en vivo y en directo.
Turn on the fan, Jesus, please. And we have a full crew now. Osvaldo behind the
Bienvenido.
cameras. And a keyboard too. Go ahead,
What are you doing,
Osvaldo.
Alan?
Sit.
Take a seat. Join us.
Thank you guys. Thank you for bringing me back.
Welcome, Osvaldo. Welcome to the cast.
Feel like a
Nice to-
vampire. He
nice
can't
to
come in
be-
without being invited.
Now present yourself, Osvaldo.
It's nice to be here. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing us on.
For bringing
Thank
us
you
together
for
this,
making this
Yeah, thank you.
possible and true.
on this special occasion.
The Holy Week.
Yeah, it's a-
Holy week.
There's a holy episode for you all out there. Yeah.
We had to be thankful, and today I am thankful for this table, for these mics.
That's Thanksgiving.
It's not Thanksgiving. We're supposed to give up stuff, aren't we? I'm not Catholic, so I don't know.
No,
The
you're
rule.
supposed to make sacrifices.
Yeah,
We're supposed to make sacrifices.
my sacrifice is blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
Love sacrifice? Blood sacrifice. I thought that went out of fashion. I thought that's not a thing anymore.
They still have those meetings.
You do? Oh,
They dress all
secret
white.
meetings.
Like with white cones on their heads.
Secret meetings. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's certain people that wear white.
That's what I just said. Fuck you, Osvaldo.
I wasn't trying to say that. I was trying to say that there's certain people that wear white right now and they're mourning.
Ah,
They're in mourning.
yeah. They're waking up actually right now.
No, they haven't woken up yet.
No, I don't think so.
They're gonna wake up until
Oh, it's the morning.
Barcelona's gonna have fun with us in the final.
Did you give anything up, Camilo?
Real Madrid? My whole life.
No, for the whole week.
My whole life.
Your whole life.
Yeah, I haven't ate. I haven't drank coffee all week.
Would you like the smell of coffee?
The smell of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a specific cup for that.
No.
Why do you have a specific cup for smelling coffee?
Sometimes it's like a smelling salt. Sometimes you just need that
That's how they
little.
control cravings.
That's
That's how they do cravings.
Oh, for cravings.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
That way they don't need to actually drink.
You know, you can actually eat the beans.
And you'll get the effects of the caffeine.
Yeah. You only need 10 beans.
That's it?
That's it. We have enough beans.
Wouldn't that be super bitter though?
Yeah, but that's the
That'd be
point.
disgusting.
Try
Isn't
one
it this?
right now,
So
No, I'm good.
Try one right now.
the thing today, the challenge for today will be eating 10 beans.
That's today's challenge. Eat 10 beans.
Eat 10 beans.
It's not a challenge.
Oh, this is Colombian beans.
You're eating your own kind.
I do feel the citrus on it.
It's very good. It's that coriander.
Ah,
Tangelo.
That was that
orange,
last episode.
Dark chocolate.
Knowledge, huh?
just smell it right now, Sean. Smell it. Smell
Eat
it.
it. I love
Smell it.
shit. Isn't
I don't smell orange though.
no citrus.
Citrus. Citrus.
I don't smell citrus either.
Is it tangerine or
good?
What do you smell? What? Okay. What do you smell?
No, the dark chocolate.
Yeah. Liar. Your pants are on fire.
I don't smell them.
No.
No?
On the
I
left.
don't smell the citrus.
I do.
Chocolate? No. They smell.
Taste it. Taste it. Taste the chocolate.
Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. It's the Jordan Jimmy Shimmy.
Oh, you actually ate it.
You can eat them.
This guy's crazy.
You eat them? Do you guys know that they make coffee out of elephant's poop?
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be the best coffee ever that has ever been made.
¿A qué sabe?
Happy. You know what's happening?
¿A café negro?
A café crudo.
Let me get one.
Oh.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? There you go.
Let me get one.
Have some Colombian bean.
Yeah.
Really good old Colombian bean.
This guy's crazy.
Ah, see, man.
No, it is, and it tastes like that too.
I know my coffee. No, I don't know shit. It actually smells like.
Not bad.
Very crunchy.
Shit, I gotta eat a pizza.
This is ASMR.
Turns into ASM.
¿Eh?
Convirtió en una ASMR.
Yes. Dale. I still
So-
don't get the citrus. I don't know what you
¿De
guys.
qué hablaron la semana pasada, guys?
You're really sick.
Your eyes didn't work.
We weren't here last week.
We weren't here last week. We didn't. No, we did do it.
Yeah.
You dumb bitch.
And
It
coming
was-
in hot.
It was the AI as well.
Let's talk about last week.
Talk about sex.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we spoke about
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
And talking about talking to children,
AI
Oh,
target
how-
to children.
having difficult conversations with children about
AI explaining sex. to
sex and
children.
AI. That's right.
Ah, por eso Hosbaldo no se
I wasn't here.
I have a question to kick it off. So, have you watched the movie that I told you guys about? The guy with the joy on his family as his whatever slave, pretty much, like the server, like the wait.
The AI one?
Yeah, but then what's the name of it? Like the guy that cleans the
Megan?
house for you and everything.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the other one.
What do you
Which
call
one?
that? The guy, something that cleans your house.
Made.
Yeah, the one with the AI robot mate. It's with Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Transformers.
yeah.
Nah. What was the name?
That's technically with AI and Megan Fox.
I forgot the name of that movie. It was a really interesting movie though. I forgot the name.
Yeah,
of
I've seen it. I've seen it.
do
It wasn't
Yeah.
very good, but I've seen it.
I forgot the name of it. So apparently, the guy's wife gets really sick and she goes to the hospital and she has to stay there for
Mhm.
months. And of course, the guy being an animal, promiscuous animal, he ends up having sex with the robot. Do you guys think that's cheating or not?
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you all think?
What do you guys think? Initial thoughts?
Initial talks.
You guys said yes?
Like,
I think it's cheating for sure.
Is cheating or no?
well, it depends.
On what?
The robot has like consciousness.
No, it's
Yeah.
just-
Well, I mean,
the
you-
AI is just
it
rough.
looks like it has consciousness.
But not consciousness.
Right.
It doesn't have.
You don't know if it's conscious. But
I guess
on that note, I don't know if any of you are conscious. So
Osvaldo's not for
No.
sure.
Well,
it's not not sentient.
I
So
think
does that make a difference?
because it's like an object. It's like
But to you,
like some of those toys that you can just put on your.
oh no, it's not an object. It talks back to you.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's
back
not
to
back to
human.
you, but you can put like a video or something like AI in that same toys, and
Mhm.
it's like a toy.
It's a very good egg.
But it looks like a person, feels
But
like
it's
a person,
so
and it talks to you. No, this thing, it looks like a person, talks like a person, it talks back to you, feels like a person. If you have sex with it, is that cheating? You have a partner.
But it's not a person, so
So do you say no?
I think no.
No? What do you say, Osvaldo?
It would depend on the context. It would depend on
That was the context.
it would depend on prior conversations.
Well, you justify his actions.
If you no, if you have a monogamous relationship where you're exclusive to
Mhm.
that person, where you wouldn't go out, it's not an open relationship,
Mhm.
essentially. Is it cheating or no?
Well, because that brings up a good question of where is watching porn cheating? Because in some relationships it is, in others
But
it's
it's
not.
not even close to be the same
Right.
thing.
That's-
Osvaldo. You have a woman in front of you, literally a woman in front of you.
It's not a woman, it's a robot.
It was basically a woman.
Yeah, but that's the
Hmm?
personification of it. You could say the same thing about
Are
porn.
you saying that the woman's a
No,
robot?
porn is different because it's one way.
Hmm.
Like you're consuming it. This is like you're interacting.
Of course.
There is a toy, and you can put a video of porn, and you just
But it
That's-
doesn't interact.
Well,
but make it interactive, like a
there are
Like a
there,
person?
like a game.
No, not like a game, like a person.
Well, there are certain dolls available that have those features that he's
Well,
mentioning.
do you think that's cheating or not?
Well, at that point, that's what I'm saying.
I feel
I feel like it is if it's basically a woman in front of you.
yeah, I feel like you're just giving justification. You're saying no.
I'm
No.
saying
Like
that
no.
it depends on what has been talked about in the relationship.
I gave you
prior.
the context. You're an exclusive monogamous.
Your wife's in the hospital really sick, Osvaldo, and you as a man start having necessities because it's been months. So the Robertson's taking care of you. She can feel that, oh, this guy's dying inside.
Mhm.
Let me give him some sex. And what will you do? Yes or no?
In those situations, if my wife's in the hospital, I would say no.
It's not cheating.
But if okay, that's fair. So
No,
if
I
your
wouldn't-
wife was there next to you,
At that point, it's up to her discretion to see what rules are followed.
fair enough.
Why do you say yes?
Because I do see it as a fucking woman itself. Like
But it's not
it's giving back, but it's giving back anyway.
That's a good point. That is a good point. That it's reciprocating, basically.
Yeah.
But it's like their program that thing have. It's not a person. It's not human. Just
But it is at the same time.
no.
I think it is
different.
because there's an emotional
It has to. You can actually
It's-
create an emotional connection
Yeah,
with that
it's
thing.
emotionally cheating. It's like
GPT. Kids
yeah.
being friends with GPT.
You can have an emotional affair with a computer.
No, but
Friends from the
there's
15.
people that does. There's people that are friends with
You
GPT.
just-
It's the same thing.
But
You create connection with that.
you could create connection with uh, an internet personality. You could create an emotional attachment to that person as well. Would that be cheating?
Why would you try to create a connection with a person that you are not even seeing or know at all?
People do
yeah,
that.
it is. It is because you're interacting with it. They're like
But in
it's reciprocal.
But in some situations, it's not. And in some situations, you can create an emotional attachment with somebody, even though that person might not even know you.
Well, it is cheating because why are you doing it in the first place?
That is
That
true.
means you're having some type of issues.
Yeah.
You're going out of your way to have this emotional connection somewhere else.
So what you're saying is that cheating is basically where you want something else from someone else that's not your partner. Then,
In like
In sexual ways?
sexual
or both
Or
ways.
love ways?
Both.
yeah, it has to be like romantic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like anything because people have friends. You can
Oh, of course.
get a connection with someone
Yeah,
else, and that's fine. But if it's romantic in nature, yeah, if you're seeking it somewhere else, that's cheating.
Yes or no, Jesus? He said yes.
So with the robot, would you be seeking it then? Like Camilo just mentioned, what if
In that context, yeah.
what if
It's
it
like,
comes to you and it does its thing,
you-
even though you're not seeking it?
She tried like 4 times until he gave away. The thing, the droid.
So it was persuasive.
Yeah, because
well, then you just got manipulated. Then
he's a
it's I don't know.
Then that's rape. Then
no, because he
No, 'cause
gave
it was
he gave
consensual.
love. It's consensual.
Yeah, now you're reaching.
Cheating with sex or cheating that responding to you or giving you
Connection and sex.
both of them.
What's the reason why you're doing it? Essentially,
they got raped.
No, that didn't happen.
no, it's consensual.
But the reason why you decided to do this with the robot.
That's essentially what it boils down to.
Mhm.
But isn't manipulation also rape?
Well, if you got manipulated, then the door was open. Either way, they just
You just went in.
They just went in.
100%.
Yeah.
You went into the kitchen.
I mean,
opened
if
their
there
fridge.
wasn't a door there, then you wouldn't be able to get manipulated.
So he just fell into the door. But he pushed himself into
Yeah.
the door.
Yes,
basically.
very much.
He fell, but he
Yeah.
pushed himself into the door.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Watch the movie and you will see why. You'll see. Yeah, this is cheating for sure.
What would you guys do if you guys got cheated? Like your
This is
person
great,
shared
yeah.
what it's gonna
It's gonna happen.
I mean, thank you.
I mean, it's just as likely it happens with a robot than another person. It's just as likely it happens with a robot than like they were like what they were saying, like a video or a person on the internet or yeah, something else. I mean, naturally.
Probably, or hopefully, it never happens.
Did you tell Christian?
Huh?
Did you tell Christian?
I think it's
About what?
He's on the chat.
No, I just posted on Instagram. Thank you, Christian, for giving us your 30 seconds of attention.
Shout out to Christian.
Shout out to you, Christian. Good goal today.
Hosbaldo El Belgarado.
He knows my last name.
My friend Juan Camilo Ledesma. Say hi to that person, Osvaldo.
Hi to Dylan999.
No, that's not that one.
That's our main commenter.
Who's Dylan? Okay, because you're engineering. What do you guys think? Is that cheating or not? Next topic.
Yeah, post it in the comments.
Post it in the comments because you guys are a bunch of bitches.
I don't know.
All of you are.
Why you
Why
gotta
you all
insult
gay?
our viewers? That's why we didn't have any.
They're into Champions League then. Predictions for Champions League. Osvaldo, who's gonna win that?
Jump.
Uh,
John Cena.
I would want to see Arsenal versus Inter. I would want Arsenal to win.
So you don't want Barcelona in the finals.
I don't mind it, but they can make it next year. I don't think Arsenal's gonna make it again.
Why not?
Why not?
They always
Think
have
it's a miracle season for them?
yeah, they always have bad luck. They're good, but they always have bad luck.
Okay.
They changed their luck with Man City.
Also,
Why? How's that?
Where's Man City?
Well, they spend a lot of money on bullshit and then they didn't make it.
Exactly.
De Bruyne is going to MLS.
Do you think he's coming here?
I don't know.
I heard he's going to Middle East or something
Yeah.
like that.
I heard MLS.
MLS?
Yeah.
I heard like
I heard
Ohio. or
no,
Kansas
I heard
State.
Miami. Miami has like first bid. If
Yeah.
he wants to go somewhere.
Yeah, but I
How's the
think
salary cap gonna work? They already have like 4 players.
They're
on
pulling
the
levers
salary
like
cap.
Barca.
yeah, but I had heard initially I did hear Inter Miami. But I think there was a chance he could have gone to like the middle of nowhere.
Like
Well, like, yeah, like
Nebraska.
Kansas. Yeah,
I don't know if they even have a team.
Kansas?
Nebraska.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Nebraska
actually.
has a song.
I
have no idea.
Okay. Do y'all have Champions League?
Champions League.
I don't like the football, so
Football.
Champions League?
I think Barca,
No, fuck that.
PSG.
Let's be,
Barca.
Barca,
let's be
yeah,
realistic.
yes.
I would say PSG for sure.
Yeah, and Barca.
The finals?
Yeah.
I was taking it. Dembele is shitting on his old team, on his old teammates.
You already know who I'm gonna pick. You already know who I'm gonna
Dembele,
pick.
because you're a real fan.
yeah, but
look at
Aston almost took out PSG.
It's true. Aston Villa.
Aston almost took out PSG.
Oh, well, because that's
I mean, they both play
well,
pretty.
almost took out Barcelona.
Exactly, they
Bro, and
both-
they had to score an own goal to do it too. Like,
They had a similar second leg.
well, there you go. So I
There
would
you
say it's PSG, Inter.
I don't see
Not 'cause
PSG.
I'm a hater. No,
Ah, you're just saying.
I want Port Barcelona to win a Champions League.
I don't see
Can say,
PSG.
I heard he's signing a contract with Cuervo.
We're Cuervos. Yeah, De Bruyne is gonna come play here at Toca, guys. So you guys can go get
Yeah.
autographs or some shit similar to it. And yes, in this stream there's more viewers than Real Madrid goes in the final phase of Champions League. That's a fair comment too. I'll take it.
So who were you saying, Camilo? Who?
Huh?
Who do you think is taking it?
Inter and PSG.
Inter PSG finals. PSG is gonna win it.
Oh, I don't see
I think
PSG.
PSG is gonna win it.
I don't-
Mbappe needs that shit to happen to his cannon.
Ooh,
That needs to be his cannon event, bro. Like Mbappe needs to go through that pain.
that is a good one.
It's like there's no peace without understanding pain. Mbappe needs to know pain to understand.
You're just a hater. Man. You're just
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, you guys were not last year.
Yeah.
Supporting first for Man City, then for PSG, then for Borussia Dortmund. It's been like
Yeah.
that every fucking year. Yeah, I know you all a bunch of haters, sinners, not doing shit for Holy Week.
Holy shit.
Meaning, you all do better.
I did want Dortmund to win last year.
Of course you did.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
The whole world did.
No. You guys are just
You
jealous.
think
Y'all just
people wanted you to win the 15th?
y'all just jealous. You don't get it. Well, to finish with the sports, what's the title? The title of it. Oh, shit.
Oh, you Jesus?
Oh,
What is your
Prediction for the finals.
Is late. Yeah.
Predictions for the finals.
Late. Fucked up.
Con Barcelona.
No, fuck you.
Who are they gonna play?
That's why he doesn't have a mic.
I don't even know.
but do you think Lamine Yamal deserves a Champions League?
He's gonna get one eventually.
I think so, but
Might as
should
well
it
be this
should it be
year.
now?
It should be now.
Why do you say it should be now?
Just get it over with. The first one's always the hard one. I'm just kidding. I'm just talking shit. I don't know.
He's gonna be the youngest player. to
No,
lose
I mean,
the
they have-
final
they
against
have-
an Italian team.
They have a really young team. I mean, they have 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
And that's why they're gonna lose.
That could be, but they're just gonna get better.
I don't know. I do like Barca.
That high line is crazy though.
I do like have Gavi, Pedri.
Jamil
Jamil Taman.
Jamil Taman.
Fermin. Fermin's good.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys in the comment? Who do you guys got? Hopefully not Barcelona.
Just a hater.
PSG. Well, to move from sports, then are the Nuggets gonna make a good playoff run?
It's still sports.
That's why I'd like to finish with it.
Oh. Are Nuggets gonna go on a run?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think this is
They're gonna
their.
beat the Clippers. Who they play next?
I'm not sure. I'll have to check. They have the team to.
They're
do
gonna
it.
beat OKC.
If they make it to the finals, yeah. I mean, if it's because if you want to win a championship, you have to beat every
They're
team.
gonna beat the Lakers.
Hopefully, bro, their fans are so. They bother you so much.
Oh, there's a very good question in chat.
Let's
What happened to the Jose kid that wasn't here?
He's doing his Holy Week.
Yeah, this is a sacrifice.
This is his sacrifice. Dylan 99. That's why he's not here. Let us respect the holidays. Okay.
He should come back. I think he should be coming back.
Yeah.
I heard Jesus was gonna hit him up.
Yeah.
He should be back one day.
Hopefully.
Guys think about the dire wolf.
He was a good actor in Game of Thrones. You guys don't think so? His name was
Wait,
Gold.
did we finish the sports
I
conversation?
have not Nuggets, Denver Nuggets. So yes.
I say they're gonna maybe not win, but I think they'll go far.
You don't like basketball either?
Got neighbors.
I didn't see.
no sports.
Good run or not run?
They'll pass this round, but they're gonna get knocked out the same.
No, he's alive. He's alive.
Who's alive? Oh,
Jose. So no?
no,
passing.
I don't think
No.
so.
I would say this is gonna be Jokic's best playoff run ever.
You think so?
Yeah.
By himself?
By him. No, he has a team. They've been playing as a team now.
Okay.
All of them more than 20 points. The third to last, second to last. All of them 10 plus.
Even the manager is playing now.
Even fucking David Album is playing in the court, bro. Like he's passing the ball to Jokic since they don't do it themselves. So yes, I'm saying we're gonna make it to the finals at least.
I could see it.
I'm confident.
I could see it.
I'm confident.
Bold statement.
Yeah, Jokic is winning MVP too. Fuck USGA. You don't have aura at all. Your aura doesn't exist. Any Nuggets predictions? Straight no. So they brought back the Direwolves. Do you all think about it? Some
They
people
brought
who
back-
doesn't know, they brought
Yeah.
back a wolf breed that was extinct for what?
Like
Hold on.
10,000 years.
No, hey,
More.
I think so.
for more than 10,000 years.
I think so.
I don't know
Direwolf
if
was
Mr.
a real
Olivas could put that on the screen. Maybe not it's too much. Okay, there's this wolf, an ancient wolf that is a giant wolf that is ready to come back and kill all of us.
It's Game of Thrones fame.
Oh yeah,
Or
it's
watch
actually
Game of
people that
Thrones.
watch Game of Thrones.
Direwolf
Goes,
was the main.
they found 5 on the first episode.
Oh, we actually don't know. It says 11,000 years to 2.6 million years.
Damn.
Crazy.
How do they bring it back?
Osvaldo, do you care to explain?
So they found some some DNA from teeth or like lost teeth that they found. So the way it works is that they use CRISPR. CRISPR is a way to cut and edit DNA.
Some Jurassic Park type shit.
hmm
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Literally the same exact.
Do they have the DNA mascot? too?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
I worked. I've
That technique was invented to all the people.
yeah. I've done CRISPR.
You've done CRISPR
I've done CRISPR
to do what?
to modify DNA.
Like
Oh, not your own DNA, just DNA in general.
Yeah.
He's trying to create a Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Which one?
All of them.
Oh,
If for some specific reasons.
So
which one would? Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
So with CRISPR, we can edit the DNA. So DNA is made out of different fragments. So we don't know exactly, but certain fragments will give out a trait. So every trait we have is based on DNA, and the order the DNA is in. So we looked at the DNA from the dire wolf and found certain traits. So the dire wolf and the gray wolf they're related, but they have a common ancestor. Not necessarily that they evolved from each other, just that they have a common ancestor. So they're not related at all. But their DNA is still similar, where we can edit the DNA of wolves, of gray wolves. So we can take in those DNA fragments, those letters, or that code from the dire wolf. Some of it was 14. It was only 14 fragments. So it could be for it to be bigger, for it to have the coloring, for it to have those traits,
like attribute slayers.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So they take those, modify them into gray wolf DNA, and then they inserted that embryo into a dog. Because again, a dog and a gray wolf are still evolutionary.
Gray wolf.
Well, it would be a bit more,
Much like brothers, maybe.
not necessarily.
Similar.
It would be it's more for like
dangerous.
handling. Yeah, like
Yeah,
handling.
just like
Well,
they
actually, like it will get
Yeah.
control,
Mm-hmm.
like
Like-
the movies. Then
how do you corral a gray wolf? Motherfuckers are huge. Have you seen the pictures?
Yeah, and again, this the baby would be big too, so they inserted it into a dog, so if it would be born. So there's 3 of them.
so they're ready to come back to the world.
That's the next process, where they're not necessarily dire wolves; they're just gray wolves with modified traits. So it's not actually reviving the dire wolf; it's just reviving dire wolf
Basically.
attributes, yeah, traits.
So we're pretty far off from dinosaurs.
Yeah, unless we like give a chicken
T-Rex.
T-Rex arms.
Velociraptor?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy.
They're talking about trying to bring back a Velociraptor. They find an egg with DNA really complete.
Really bad idea.
Yeah. For that one to be the first one. Velociraptor.
They should start with the guy that used to eat herbs and plants.
Right.
And shit.
Yeah. Go with a
Goddamn.
herbivore first. Then a killing machine. Right.
Then there was also another one where they inserted woolly mammoth, not necessarily woolly mammoth, but woolly hair into mice.
To mice?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that?
Just to see if it would work.
'Cause they want
Humans are crazy, bro.
they got reptile to fight us.
Because we have the ability to like edit reality to a point where we just throw shit out there and see if it works. It's like it's a blessing and a curse, because that's why how we figure shit out. That's why we have these things, but that's also why we have nuclear bombs.
No, they don't doing that just because they doing that based in find some.
Because the first cure we have with CRISPR is sickle cell. Like we have been able to, that one's only 1 letter. Like sickle cell anemia, it's only 1 letter in the DNA. And just with that 1 letter, we have like, I forgot how many letters we have, but we have like millions of letters. So just 1 letter changes the disease.
Do you think it's a good idea that we edit DNA? That we do trial and error with this kind of like.
Well, that's what we're going for. Like, the more we know about the traits, the more we can edit out diseases. But that also leads to designer babies.
Yeah, and theoretically it sounds nice, but then when you start messing with it, you start breaking stuff, and then you realize, oh, we can't fix it. Then what happens?
Just the person who born from that dies, and
And then, oh well, we'll try again.
yeah,
It's like,
basically
that's crazy. Yeah,
it's like
or
the Chinese scientific that use that technique in 2 babies.
Did they survive?
Just one.
Oh, and then the other one, oh well.
He kicked
well,
bucket.
It's just like, all right. The other one? Oh, shit.
Good for him.
But what about the other one?
He could
Yeah.
come to Denver and nothing would happen.
Exactly.
Baby.
What if it was a 50% success rate and then everybody's like, you got a 50-50 chance. You're either going to be
Will you
immune
risk your kid?
or you're
Well,
going to die.
That's
Would you risk yourself?
no, because you can edit yourself.
We're going to get to a point where you can edit yourself,
It's too hard to get it up.
but we're going to get there.
I don't know.
We're just, we're going to find a way.
well, that's why it starts with babies. It starts with these
Can we
wolves.
have it Spider-Man then?
We might get to a point. Okay.
They
Or
were
like,
Spider-Man. We're
I
gonna
think-
have to have the lizard too.
First step is like, what's that? Neuralink. It's like putting
Oh.
stuff in your brain.
Ah, yeah.
It's like fucking with,
You just need to figure out a way to bring back its extremities, like your arms and legs. Honestly, that's the only thing that's right now needed.
like the lizard
like the lizard.
in Spider-Man.
Well, because people do have stuff like that. Like people are born with webbed fingers. People are born with extra limbs, but at birth, to make you socially acceptable, they're removed. So, but that doesn't that. But if that person has a kid, those traits are passed down. So at a certain point, you could have a whole family with webbed fingers, and again, socially is the reason why people remove them, but it's still in our DNA. Not ethics, it's just culture. Like,
What?
Oh, you have a kid like that?
Well, I heard long ago that that technique was like prohibida, ¿cómo?
Prohibited?
Prohibited, because it's anti-ethic. Yeah. According to the society.
Governments.
Donald Trump.
Who in here would be against? And it really came.
Who would be against what? So who would
I
be
think
against
it's
editing
great,
DNA?
We can delete all the
What if
sickness and all the things. Now I've been hearing a podcast in these days. That that getting old is considering a
Disease.
enfermedad.
what's your cells dying? And then like
Cells.
not
Dying because
um
the evolution. But
Yeah.
the cells doesn't need to die.
yes and no. So your cells do have a thing called programmed death, so they know when to die. But yes, over time, your cells kind of they get tired, but it's done on kind of on purpose. It's why you like women can have kids. Like there's like a specific age range where like they're the most fertile, because the body knows that this is around the time where they're gonna have kids. So the purpose of evolution is to have kids. So after you have the kid, there's
That
no
allows the evolution.
reason for a parent to keep going.
isn't it your cells dying and not regenerating as fast? Is it like when you're young, don't they regenerate
Mm-hmm.
quickly, and then as you get older, they just stop regenerating?
Yeah, or so what happens too is that every time your cells make a copy of themselves, there's a chance for a mutation. This is why you get cancer when you're older, because there was a mutation that didn't go right.
And then it's overgrowth of the cells.
Yeah, so
Grows
over time,
exponentially.
you can have a cell that does replicate itself, and it's maybe like 99% correct. But again, that 1% can add up over time. Then that 98% cell goes to 90, then 95, and over time it's just too weak. So that's what death is. So
But actually, there is a woman to find a
Oh.
way to reverse that
Well-
thing. I don't know if it's if in China or something.
It was-
I'm going to say in Spanish because descubrió una manera de revertir esa mutación genética en la célula
how?
cancerígena.
Pero
Mm,
¿cómo?
No recuerdo muy bien el proceso, pero sí decía que la revertía. Era como no que la célula mutara para ser cancerígena, sino que moría de una forma diferente y eso se convertía en el cáncer.
Because we do have something called HeLa cells. HeLa cells don't die. So HeLa cells are like cancer cells.
Like the lizard Gila?
No, it's based on the woman
Like a Gila
that had
lizard?
them.
Oh.
But these are cancer cells that keep replicating. They're still replicating to this day.
Like Deadpool.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, kinda actually, because it is cancer cells, but they're replicating, and
She lives in pain, but lives forever.
hmm so we have the capability, or cells have the capability to keep going.
So if we find a way for whatever method we use to stop aging or reverse aging or to not die, how do we fix overpopulation at that point?
Oh, I feel like that would be a different conversation where it might be maybe going to like a different planet or something for more size.
So expansion.
Yeah,
Do you think that's the route to go to?
for Earth, yeah.
I mean, it is already. I guess.
What do you mean?
Well, the planet was exhausted of us.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's gonna,
so I guess it's the only way.
what if we find out? Well, we're gonna stop dying. How? What do we do then?
Oh no, we have to move. Just like
Would you
Indian
choose
people,
to stop aging? Would you choose to?
No.
No.
Nah, bro.
Why not?
I mean, it depends on the life I will be having at that time. And if I'm rich, I don't have to worry about working and do shit. Yeah.
Now you got to get there. You got to figure out how to get rich.
Yeah.
But you have more time. Say now you could live 300 years, or you could keep the same lifespan. What would you choose?
Yeah, I guess so.
Go 300.
I mean, if I will die at some point, yes. I just don't want to be immortal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's too
Well,
much of a pain.
Being immortal doesn't mean that you can't die. You just
stop.
doesn't die by old.
Yeah. Have you seen In Time, where they have like the
Oh yeah.
clock? Yeah, they stop aging, but they can still die. So the super rich people who have who have the most time, just like live in a bubble where they protect each other to the point where they can't really, they don't take risks.
That's how it is already, anyway.
Yeah, because that's how you would scientifically you could survive in a way like that. Like, let's say we found out a way to, like, some type of medication that preserves your cells, but it only works for like a certain amount of time.
But in the society we live in, don't you think, like, who's ever in charge will be like, no, we have to, like the movie, we have to have this clock that if it runs out, that's it. Or some other system.
Like, for example, with cancer and those cures and shit,
Yeah.
like there's supposed to be a cure for everything already. The people that's controlling their time and their time in Earth is just, nah, bro, let them die.
Do you think people are going to create a system, whatever it is, to have people die?
I would say that's primitive. That technology is primitive. The technology that we would find, again, to get immortality, maybe not now, but like you could theoretically have, well, possibly have a baby, take out the stem cells, and as they grow up, give them those stem cells, those original cells. So I was talking about earlier where your cells replicate and have mutations. At that point, you just replace those cells with the original cells.
And they live longer?
You could technically live forever at that point.
Who would have access to that? That's the other question.
Not us.
Yeah.
The rich people, but I think that is that maybe gets like normalize like the medicine, and maybe all the person get access to that.
Covered by Medicaid.
Maybe
Potentially, like we have.
What if it's a tech company and they start doing like subscription services? They're like,
they were the smartest guys ever.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, you got to pay us $800 a month. We're gonna keep doing
Oh
this.
yeah, that's
And then
very possible.
we have tiers. this lower tier, you can pay us less.
Don't make ideas, bro. Don't make ideas.
What's gonna happen? Look at streaming services.
They do that now.
Yeah, they do that now. Now,
Oh, fucking Ozempic is a monthly subscription. Do you guys know?
Yeah.
is it really?
You can pay for Ozempic plans depending on your needs.
Or you go subscription. They're gonna tell you we can keep giving you stem cells, but only if you are this tier.
Mm-hmm.
You can have less years if you go this tier. You can have like 2 more years in this tier, and then you
That-
just have to pay each month.
I feel like that's very true, but then technology does get more accessible. Like CRISPR technology was like crazy. Like,
Yeah, but
Big.
that's actually gonna change something.
yeah, but that was like crazy like 30, 20 years ago. Like now, I'm just like a random person. I could do CRISPR in a lab. So what's to say you, as in the future, you can't get your own stem cells as a kid and just have them ready?
I mean, people can create their own streaming services.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of legwork.
That is true.
You
Yeah.
have to know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in base that we go like growing up as like,
Species.
No, yeah.
Yeah, species.
Species.
ya no sé si quererlo. Esto, a medida que vayamos como creciendo como especie, yo creo que el sistema de políticas que tenemos actualmente se va a ir degradando y vamos a evolucionar en otro sistema que nos convenga más.
¿Y cuánto va a tomar eso?
Pues cuánto tomó llegar a los sistemas.
Depends on
que
how
tenemos.
fast you can kill Donald. Donald the duck.
That's crazy.
¿Cuánto llegó a tomar?
I'm blind. I'm blind.
¿Cuánto tiempo tomó dejar las monarquías?
Todavía tenemos monarquías. Todavía hay monarquías en el mundo.
No son.
En nuestro país, ¿no? Porque desde el base de este país.
Realmente no hay
No,
muchas
pero-
monarquías en el mundo.
Pero hay.
Pues pónganle unas 4 o 5 monarquías, pero las monarquías que hay actualmente no ejercen poder.
No. How many monarchies are in the world?
I mean, what?
How many monarchies are in their world?
Spain's one. England's one. The Dutch is
Well,
one.
like I know African countries have monarchies.
There's actually quite a lot.
Whoa,
Yeah.
but Africa
Quite a-
is another thing.
Como que another thing? That's crazy.
África
Those are
está
still-
muy atrasado.
No
You guys know
tanto.
what can?
La mayoría de en donde están esas monarquías es porque está atrasado. África es un país que apenas está como evolucionando porque por el pasado que se tiene no se había dejado evolucionar. Por eso es que ocurren esos conflictos y la gente y hay más
No, por eso hay
dictaduras.
no
Porque-
monarquías. Monarquías desde
Por eso,
antes. Ajá,
en África.
sí. Pero ese es de antes, que siempre ha estado ahí. Pero como España, siempre ha estado ahí y sigue ahí.
There,
Nomás
there are
cambian
Ya no
tantito.
es-
43 monarchies
There are
in the
43
world.
monarchies.
Divided in absolute monarchies, Saudi Arabia, Brunei, or constitutional, United Kingdom, Sweden, Japan, Spain.
Japón.
There's actually
En el
absolute
Medio
monarchies.
Oriente, esas monarquías. Eso
Los
es,
del Medio Oriente, ¿verdad?
o sea, estos sistemas no
Por eso,
no
entonces
cambian.
tengan-
Evolucionan, pero no cambian.
Pero es que hasta ahorita el concepto de
Pues-
se me fue el nombre.
Pues nuestro sistema no es una democracia, es el capitalismo.
Por eso el concepto de
Y has
capitalismo
escuchado
es
ese dicho,
todos los
¿Has
conceptos
escuchado
son-
ese dicho que es más fácil imaginarte el fin del mundo que el fin del capitalismo?
Pero
Yeah.
O sea, ¿eso cómo va a cambiar?
no va- por ahora, digamos, el tiempo actual no vemos una posibilidad de que cambie. Pero a medida de que vayan evolucionando las cosas, pues.
Ponle
Porque
unos...
ahorita
1000 años.
puede ser, por
Puede
eso,
ser.
por eso les mencionaba, o sea, cuánto tiempo tomó dejar las monarquías y comenzar a implementar estos sistemas capitalistas o socialistas
¿Pero
que
dónde?
algunos países intentan.
No, no.
No, well, when you really think about it, yes, these other countries have kingdoms.
Right.
I guess they run a rule. Right? So
Yeah.
what it is democracy, or you're under a dictatorship.
Well, they
That's
evolved.
the reality. of
Yeah.
the 21st.
Well, political systems, they don't really change. They just evolve into something else that people will accept.
But what would be next out of his question?
In a democracy, I
Yeah,
think
we're at now. What's next?
Vea que el capitalismo es mucho mejor que una monarquía para el público general.
pero técnicamente estamos en una democracia. Que
Técnicamente, pero es capitalista.
that was it Plato, Socrates, or Aristotle? One of those three that said that democracy was the second worst form of government
Because the people.
because the people don't know what they're talking about. It's like the majority of the people don't know politics, so they have no idea what to vote for. They just kind of vote for whatever or whatever
Whatever's
they're being
trending.
told. So
So what's the best?
what
Nah,
did he?
let people just-
According to them, the aristocracy.
How does that work?
It's like the most studied people, the people who actually study politics, get to vote.
So the most educated.
Yeah, most
Just
educated.
segregation and
But then that gets into a slippery slope because what is educated? Then you get to elitism and
maybe only
that's,
people with bachelor's degrees
people with
or
people with cash,
people with rich people, quality money.
and they're only going to benefit. Then you get to the oligarchy.
At that point, then, would the educational institutions basically say what's correct or what's wrong?
In an aristocracy?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Would they?
Who's the most educated guy in the? Who's the Pope in Catholicism, for example? Like
Yeah.
the head of
Who's the highest
the head of of something of the system. Who is the most
of
educated
education? I don't know.
guy?
That's a good question.
That's how the
President-
church is.
The president of Harvard? I don't know. The president of Oxford?
Because then, like in those situations, like I feel like a lot of those people in power are usually not necessarily the educated ones. They're mostly the ones with like power.
The more
Right.
Yeah. So, like
Or the
like,
wealthiest.
yeah.
I feel like it always boils down to who's the wealthiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then, how would we find out who is the smartest?
Well, is the smartest person the best to run things? Because they're just going to go with the most rational and they kind of overlook. Yeah. They're going to think too rational about it. They're going to
Then-
think too much about it.
What do we have someone that's smart?
I feel like a group of people, not just one person. Then
it has to be, but
Thanks,
then
man.
again, it's just fucking
Honestly,
monarchy
because
as well.
it's
So-
not a good idea. Put the smartest person in the government.
Yeah, because then you get to like, we're going to make this sacrifice. It's the most rational thing we can do.
But it's like letting ChatGPT be the.
But then
Exactly.
we would also.
Have you guys seen? Never mind. This is a tangent.
No, I was gonna say we should. Well, then at that point we should also have someone that has high emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So it would be smarts and and emotional intelligence.
Right.
And moral.
There's like
No moral.
the most well-rounded person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
How do you get
That's just-
that?
That's just perspective too. That's
Yeah.
just point
It's
of
a-
view.
The oldest, one of the oldest questions of humanity.
That's it.
How do we run this bitch?
That's one of the theories that's what evolution is getting to.
What is?
So evolution is still going.
Yeah.
Of course.
To what?
Do you think it would be
I
the
don't know, but
best to have something tell us how to run things, like an AI or like
Yeah, it will kill us.
an alien race that comes in?
I'll vote for that.
Yeah.
More than the AI.
I don't know. I wouldn't want an alien.
Would you let
race.
Iron Man govern?
I would let Iron Man.
I don't know. Iron. Would you let Thor come in? Like,
I would
okay,
let
this is-
Thor.
This is how we're gonna run.
I would let Iron Man, but not Thor.
Well, Iron Man's human.
Yeah.
Thor
He's
is
like the
God.
smartest person. That
He doesn't
You gotta-
die.
Yeah, but I feel like you still need that human emotional intelligence or human smart.
Like a alien species to like come. It's like, guys, we know how to run your planet.
I
Will you
wouldn't
let us
trust
do
them.
it? You wouldn't trust them?
I wouldn't trust them.
Why?
daría lo mismo que Colón.
That's.
I wouldn't trust them. It's they unless they've studied us, which would
Well, they
How
have.
about that?
It's like, hey, we've been watching you for like
You got bald dumbasses.
3,000 years.
see at that point it would be like AI. AI, you could say AI is similar to that, where AI has just been studying us.
Do you think we're too close to the problem of how to run ourselves? That's why I go with something else. We're too close to the problem. It's like we don't know how to do it.
Push people to read politics and know what they're voting for,
That's-
and
People
actually
don't want
get
to
to
do that.
understand.
It's like
But they have to. Is their fucking? I mean, they're living in that specific country, so it might as well do something to that is gonna help them.
I feel like the basic first answer of the majority of people is I don't have time to do that.
And
I got a job. I
Yeah,
got
facilitate that. So
yeah. There you go.
But then,
there's
Make it into
be a way.
yeah,
streaming.
Fuck.
Into a
How
TV
many
show.
presidents are streaming on Twitch, bro? Like that's
Yeah.
that's a fact.
Mm.
Like there has to be ways to facilitate information.
I
to
agree,
people.
yes, but there's going to be always a group of people that are always going to be skeptical of everything. Doesn't matter how right you can be. They're always going to be
But
against.
then, do you take in consideration those people? They're just gonna knock everything down.
I would say we should try to influence them,
It's like
or
super
change them.
close-minded people.
because there are going to be those people, like any defense you have against them is going to be seen as a
It's fake.
conspiracy. Yeah.
That you're just like, I mean, I feel like what the aliens would do is like, oh, pobrecitos. They don't know. They're like everything we say is gonna be. They're gonna go against it. They're just so close-minded. It's like they're like children.
Or they see us as children.
But they see us as like bigger children,
Oh,
and those people is like
possibly.
children.
Well, it's like we kind of do it now. Like we try not to, but we still influence like animals in the wild.
Mm.
Like we still, like even their communities, like we try to keep them, well, as conservation, like we try to conserve them, but that's still applying our will on them. So would an alien do that?
Like make conservations for close-minded people.
Colonize us, pretty much. That's what you're saying.
Well, they would colonize us without letting us know they're colonizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That's why
the
same
trick.
thing with
The
that.
trick to do it is make it our choice.
Si usted fuera una especie capaz de, o sea, si usted fuese capaz de viajar a otro planeta, sabe los recursos que le tomaría viajar a ese planeta y los sacrificios que haría. Si llegara a otro planeta, usted llegaría nada más a visitarlo.
Yo personalmente, sí.
O sea, sabiendo, digamos, que le costó la vida de toda su familia cercana,
Ajá.
a todos los que iban en la nave con usted.
Pues yo diría,
Y lo
¿cómo me
recursos
adapto
que
a
le
este planeta? ¿Cómo me integro aquí? ¿Cómo
Por eso
creo
usted
una
no es
vida?
apto para político.
Por eso, ¿no? Exactly. I can't run shit. What?
Why not?
Well, not all of us are gonna be Christopher Columbus. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, because I feel like to run things, you have to impose your will. No, you have to impose your will.
Mm.
I'd rather not.
Yes.
If it's what I think is best, it's like, nah, I don't. I do, but not for my own choices.
It's
but
in
not
your
for
best
others.
interest.
Yes.
And what if
But I'm not going to decide how other people live. That's not my play.
but no serían pifos, serían aliens?
Aliens? No, that's
Yo-
hay civilizaciones. Yeah, I see. Then no. If they're sentient, no.
Si una nave llegaría aquí desde muy lejos, las cosas más posibles serían que vengan a colonizar o que vengan a exterminar.
Pues lo que ha pasado en
Think about it. No matter what, the unconscious is ruled by general influence. You right now in this room, like it or not, we influence you. Might not be able to admit it, and it might come out later. Energy influence. Little things, factors, everything influence.
Son words I just
But
said.
the difference is doing it consciously and unconsciously.
Yeah, but consciously.
Yeah,
So it's
unconsciously.
going to be now, probably because influence is going to happen in a haircut and or my because I have a few whatever that influence is.
Como dice Freud, lo inconsciente se vuelve consciente.
Yeah, it has. Just, and the reason I bring that up because it seems like we're gonna influence each other either way.
Yeah. The difference is like
he said earlier, you don't have to make anybody do anything. Trick is let them choose.
that's how they would do it. Si vinieran aquí y serían una civilización más avanzada, en teoría serían más avanzados emocionalmente de todo. Sabrían que no pueden forzar a la gente a hacer cosas.
Pero ellos
Tiene que ser su decisión.
si ellos son
Si nos tienen,
si-
pero
si ellos
si
son
nos tienen que
conscientes,
manipular para que sea nuestra decisión, esa es otra cosa, ese es
pues,
otro nivel.
o sea, si ellos se tomaron las molestias de llegar hasta acá
Ajá.
por el bien de su especie, ¿usted cree que pondrían nuestra especie por encima de la suya?
Depende de qué tan avanzados
No
son.
importa lo avanzado
Si
que sea,
sacrificaron todo,
eso es algo ya como
if it was like
Because they were
we
so
gotta
advanced, it was nothing for them to get here.
yeah, if it was like a sacrifice, like we gotta leave our planet because we destroyed it, we gotta go to a different one. This one's got resources, we gotta go here. Then they're gonna pillage everything. They're gonna destroy everything. But if they're so advanced, it's like, hey, there's that planet over there.
It would take us
They
seconds.
they look like they need help.
¿Se ha visto el problema de los tres cuerpos?
Oh, yeah.
Eso básicamente habla de eso.
Y ese es el primer ejemplo. Ese es,
Por eso
no es-
los manipulan.
Ah.
Y lo que en esa serie muestran es que ellos entraron en humanos que son susceptibles para comenzar a manipular al resto de las personas.
pero ese es el primer ejemplo. Ese es, no pueden vivir en este lugar. Necesitamos encontrar otro. Este lugar lo tiene, así que tenemos que tomar ese lugar. Pero
eso
la
sería
segunda,
más factible.
ajá, la segunda opción sería, somos tan avanzados, tenemos otros planetas que ayudamos, podemos ayudar a ese planeta.
Podría ser una opción.
No,
Because
I didn't say that either.
Because look, think about it this way: if you're gonna teach, there's always a trick to it. It's not like you can just serve them the info and they're gonna, wow, I know now. Now we have that, but even something through a PowerPoint, visual learning lecture.
But manipulating is more like you're steering someone towards
You
something
guys are just
without.
justifying Catholicism in many ways right now. That is crazy. You guys are basically making look Catholicism as the perfect religion in so many ways right now.
In what way?
That's what it is.
They just do it.
Manipulation?
They just did it the best.
No.
We're not the first one. To do
Okay.
it, though. They just did it the best.
It's just
Gonna do it. This is how you manage humans. This is how we manage cattle. This is how we guide people. That's just what it is.
They did figure out how to do it
The best.
the best.
The best.
That's why it's
that's
still
what I'm
around.
saying.
I'm not saying it's good.
That's the
I'm,
best. way
I'm
to
saying
do it.
I'm saying I'm saying it's effective.
Well, it's effective for
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I'm not crazy Catholic, but it's at least they're pushing people to do good.
Right.
If it was the opposite, okay, you
But
you
then-
put 10 guys and you will go to heaven. Okay,
But then people in power, absolute power is gonna corrupt absolutely. It's like whatever person in power is gonna be corrupt, even if you're saying it's good.
Una sola persona no puede.
But in order to get someone to do something, you have to, the most effective way to do it is to have it be their choice.
Yeah, free will.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
You don't agree?
So Catholicism is free will?
Pretty much. No.
God's will.
How
they-
come it's God's will? No.
That's the thing.
That's actually that's the only thing it never says.
That's the only credit.
He doesn't want any. That's
Of
again.
free will.
I'm not crazy Catholic, but they
Just
teach you
put
this.
10 rules.
Not
And they
even-
say follow or no. Depends on you.
I mean, if you do something bad, he will forgive you. But that's
But
the
then
only
you
thing
also go
God's-
to hell if you don't.
So
hell is
There's
a figurative.
there's
it's a
the
figurative place. But then
not to a lot
that's-
not to a lot of people.
that's
To a lot of
that's what-
people, it's
that's
a
what
real
they-
place.
They
Yeah.
put it onto the table. But then again, that's the best way to teach people how to do things. In the sense of if some random civilization comes to Earth and they're like, okay, we do things like this, like this, like this. This one's good. It seems to be better. Like you guys are fucking killing each other and destroying your planet. So of course
Yeah.
this one's gonna be better. Or keep doing this and die.
never drove. Think that
I think eventually.
They said they were about to surrender.
I think eventually more people would
Ya
have
se habían
died.
rendido, de hecho.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
actually true.
Ya
They
se habían
surrendered
rendido.
already before the.
Solo que querían un lugar para probarla. Pero ya se habían rendido.
do you think if they
Pero perfecto.
didn't drop those bombs, there would be other bombs? Like someone else would have dropped
No,
the
that's
bomb?
a better question. And maybe we had to use it, bro. Like as humans, a human being with that
Had to see.
Como
He
usted
had
dijo,
to, he
como
had
usted dijo más temprano, la humanidad está loca y pues el loco que estaba en el poder quería probar la bomba de alguna manera.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think happened?
General guidance of humans.
A general-
We just want to feel good and pure and like we're doing something ethical.
No,
Sí.
I don't think so.
Es que-
I think most people.
That's what we
There are different things. It's like
that's the lie.
O sea, pero es-
There's
es
no
algo que
line.
estoy-
What do you mean?
You're arguing the line. We're dropping the bomb. I have a bomb. We're dropping the bomb. I don't know what the question is.
Drop that bitch.
And I'll pay for the karma and I'll pay for the PTSD, whatever that comes with that. But
That's why there's no line.
we
There
have a
should
flying
be.
ship. We're flying the ship. There's no ifs or buts. So, but why is there a hesitation? Why is there like no manipulation is bad? Because somehow something has to be done. Because I truly believe the only way we're gonna escape that is we gotta recognize human nature. That's the only true way that we're gonna get rid of the bullshit, counterproductive idea of it. We have to evolutionize human nature, but no, like we have to get away from because human nature is very engaged that we keep in this ceiling. That's why these we're discussing.
you gotta get closer to the mic. man.
Yeah.
it's
But
like they don't hear you.
human nature has to evolve.
I feel like it's gonna evolve whether we want to or not. There's a steady evolution. I mean, it's gonna happen whether we like it or not. How it's gonna happen, we don't know. But it's happening.
That was my
Yeah,
point.
live through it.
The fears. O sea, yo lo que quería decir era que lo que estábamos hablando sobre el tema de la inmortalidad
Mhm.
podría llegar a todo el mundo a medida. Igual es algo que no va a pasar al menos dentro de los próximos 50 años. Pero a medida
poquito.
que vayamos creciendo como especie, y estamos creciendo muy rápido como especie actualmente,
No, nuestra tecnología está creciendo muy rápido.
nosotros vamos evolucionando con la tecnología. Nos vamos adaptando.
No creo.
Technically,
Yo pienso que como nos adaptamos a la tecnología está creciendo, pero nosotros como humanos, un humano hace 500 años es igual que un humano hoy.
200. Ah,
Wally is the best example.
What do you mean? ¿Por qué Wally?
Well, the movie Wally.
No el robot.
Context.
Robot
Las personas.
How are those people in that ship?
Yeah, same
It's
Same thing,
that
yeah. people 1,000 years.
GPT haciendo niños más inteligentes o más perezosos.
¿Sabes por qué las personas hace 1,000 años son iguales que las personas hoy? Porque nomás vivimos ciertos años y empezamos desde cero.
They were possibly skinnier.
That too.
And more athletic.
hace 200,000 años.
Yeah.
We were the same.
We're the same. Because everybody starts from zero and then they have to learn.
Sí, pero ¿cuándo fue que la tecnología comenzó a avanzar realmente? Hasta hace apenas unos 200 años.
Por eso digo, la tecnología está avanzando muy rápido, pero nosotros como humanos nomás nos estamos adaptando a la tecnología, no estamos avanzando.
Sí y no.
¿Cómo?
O
Explica.
sea, sí hasta cierto punto.
Ujú.
Lo que usted menciona, pues básicamente somos el mismo humano que hace 200 años.
Ujú.
Estamos batallando
Pero-
con los mismos problemas internos que hace 200,000 años.
Sí, pero mentalmente las ideas van cambiando. Hace 200 años, las personas no creían que podrían volar en un avión. Hoy en día cualquiera puede irse a cualquier parte del mundo en avión.
Pero es porque les takes el avión, no porque aprendimos a volar.
Exacto.
Por eso.
No estamos adaptando.
No me refiero a eso que aprendamos a volar, sino que como especie aprendimos a compartir todo lo que creamos.
Estamos compartiendo.
And we didn't have to learn it. We learned to manipulate. That's why we didn't have to learn. We made
No.
a machine that could. We made the tech.
But like my point is, we're adapting to the technology we have, like we always have. But the basic problems we have as human beings,
They're the same.
like who am I? What am I doing? What is the meaning of life? It's like, what does this all mean? What am I supposed to do?
That's the
Those
same.
basic questions is the same.
Aristotle could be asking
Sí,
himself the
pero
same questions, right?
usted no puede decir que usted tiene las mismas posibilidades que tenía un granjero en los 1800.
No, pero para llegar a la respuesta a esas preguntas
O sea,
es más
que
rápido
eso
porque es más fácil.
Es que eso ya trascienden lo que estamos hablando, porque son cosas más como de filosofía. Son cosas como más de...
Y eso así evolucionamos como humanos.
No, porque usted mismo está diciendo que somos los mismos que hace 200.000 años y hace 200.000 no
O sea, individuales como personas, sí.
individuales como personas.
Ajá. Pero
Por
como
eso.
sociedad es porque nos adaptamos a la tecnología que hay. No porque estamos
Pero al
evolucionando.
adaptarnos a la tecnología cambiamos nuestra forma de ver las cosas. Por eso surgieron los gobiernos que hay hoy en día. Por eso ya no hay monarquías aquí, por lo menos, que todavía sí, que hay en otros países. Pero son diferentes a las que habían antes.
What do you think, Osvaldo?
I think
Go first. Go first. Was
I don't think there is a right answer.
Mm.
stop being a bitch. Take a side.
What do you think, Camilo?
There's no right answer.
No, so I
I'll
think
just drop it. If that was the
No
question,
right answer.
I'll just
So-
drop it.
yes, we are the same. Si somos los mismos de hace 200,000 años. Pero a ese punto, la tecnología, sí, we made technology, but si agarramos a alguien, una persona de hace 200,000 años ahora, ellos van a hacer lo mismo. Ellos también van a hacer lo que hacemos nosotros. Because we're the same.
Porque se mezcla con la sociedad.
Sí, so también si si agarramos una persona de hace como unos 300,000 años, no son la misma especie que nosotros.
Pero
Son-
ya no existe, la extinguieron.
O nosotros cambiamos ese tipo de personas hizo en nosotros. We evolved from them. Pero si traemos a esa persona con la tecnología que tenemos hoy, les podríamos enseñar inglés. Like, we could teach them.
Like, how long do you think it would take for a person in ancient Greece, if we plucked them from there and put them here, how long do you think it would take them to evolve? Or like to not evolve, to adapt.
Or a baby.
Yeah, that would be a big question. And as an adult,
To adapt to like a young adult, like 20 or something.
it's possibility. So it's like if we find because there have been cases of where people have been abused and have left in a room until like they were like 20 years old.
Or like people who've gone to jail. They'd go for like 20 years and then like, oh shit, technology's
I don't think it's
crazy.
I don't think it takes them like more than at least 5 years to actually find a full
It takes them.
adaptation into some new, let's
Yeah.
call it new society, because that's what it is now.
And then they would just integrate seamlessly into society, right?
I feel like at some point
Yeah.
they would integrate, yes.
Yeah.
De hecho, ya ha pasado cuando se toman personas de tribus que están completamente aisladas de la sociedad y se traen a la civilización, se pueden adaptar.
Pero por eso te
Pero-
digo que somos igual hace 1000 años que
Sí,
somos ahorita.
Pero el punto es que la tecnología nos está haciendo cambiar. No,
So la pregunta
no
era-
genéticamente, pero sí mentalmente. Que
Mm.
tenemos problemas y todo, pero a medida que vamos avanzando.
¿Qué es?
Usted,
Pues todavía estamos estudiando los libros de Grecia antigua y son las mismas ideas que tenemos
que
ahorita.
todo lo que nos rodea está basado en lo que ellos pensaron.
No, son los...
¿Sí?
It's influenced, but it wouldn't be relevant if we think, hey, this doesn't make sense anymore.
Yes.
Get rid of that.
Pero
No,
es
they think they read it and it's like, oh shit, that still makes sense.
por lo mismo. O sea, todo lo que nos rodea está basado en lo que ellos pensaron en su momento. Pero fíjese cuánto tiempo tomó a la civilización de llegar desde que lo que ellos pensaron a lo que estamos ahora.
¿Qué pensamos diferente? Que no sea tecnología,
los
¿qué ideas
gobiernos,
tenemos?
la moral actual, la ética actual. Antes usted podía agarrar a cualquier persona e ir y a cualquier mujer y
Todavía
Parte.
democracia.
So, éticamente, yo diría de que una persona de hace 200,000 años pueda que sea igual. Éticamente. So, evolution, la mente es igual. La razón que nosotros crecemos de esta manera es que nosotros de esta manera nos hemos criado. Pero hay chance de que si agarramos a una persona de hace 200,000 años, la traemos ahora, puede que ellos sí tengan ética.
pero va a ser diferente a la actual. La ética es algo que se da por un constructo social.
Sí, pero puede que nosotros tengamos ética adentro de nosotros. Puede que sea,
Evolutivamente,
sí,
sí, de no afectar al otro para garantizar
ujú,
nuestra supervivencia, pero
ujú.
eso es una adaptabilidad que cambia según el contexto social en el que se encuentra.
Sí, pero también depende por eso digo que en la ADN, nosotros pueda que tengamos en la ADN cierta parte que diga no debes de matar a alguien más. Pero lo que puede pasar es de que puede que alrededor de nosotros la cultura puede que sea, no, si tienes que matar a alguien para sobrevivir. O como
Es lo que
ahora,
pasaba antes.
pues sí, pero todavía tenemos en la ADN que dice que no debes de matar a alguien.
Pero ahorita eso se refuerza más con la cultura que tenemos actual.
Puede que sí ahorita, pero de todos modos ya tenemos eso ya en la ADN diciendo que debes de actuar de esta manera. Why is technology and humans
It doesn't.
separated?
No, but you think that technology is its own thing where we make it.
Yeah,
But it's a tool. Phones are cars are tool.
right.
It's a part of us. It's connected. Borderline the Iron Man suit without the Iron Man suit yet. So me, it's not separated because technology only happens because of us. Now those things
Right.
in that is in there, but I haven't made I did. But I think it's dangerous doing things like that because if, like you said, if you want AIs to kill us, that's what like, it has to be one of the same. Or why is technology looked at like no, that's just
Because that's what it's always been. Like technology is a shovel. Like back then, technology was a shovel.
Mhm.
That's where it started. It's like it's a tool.
you put it in the shed, right?
Right.
You
What's an object? It's an object because it's useful to you and you use it. And it's been up to that point until shit now where it's like it's starting to merge. Because right,
You would pet the cow, right? You would treat the cow right. You
well,
would,
the cow's a different
I know,
thing because
but
it's a living thing. But like I'm saying, like a shovel,
still-
I'm saying like a WordPress, I'm saying like something like that. But it's starting to get to a point where it's gonna integrate, where it's gonna be one and the same.
Or the shovel is us.
Right.
Or
It's part of us. Like people didn't think a shovel was part of them. People don't go anywhere without their phones. It's essentially a part of them.
but a unconscious was a part of it. Because if you had to use a or you had to use wool to run the ground to start planting, you were nice to the wool. Wool. Yeah,
Again, that's a living thing. That's different.
I know, but we used it on stools when we were running to para que the dirt would come out so we could start planting. We would use those. That's why that's the reason why we domesticate animals to use
Right.
them.
But you don't have to feed a shovel. That's the thing.
Sí,
But you
pero
don't have to take care of
la
it.
pala usted la usa para cultivar lo que se va a comer. Y eso le cambia a usted.
Unconsciously, again.
Pero no lo pensaban como esta cosa es parte. I guess people don't think of the phone as part of them
Yeah,
either.
but
Yeah.
it's a tool you use it. We all
Right.
use it.
I do think it's.
Un-
I do
GPS.
think it's answer.
Until you have like the technology in your body. That's what it's gonna get to. When you like it's part of your brain, then it's gonna mesh. Then
And
it's not gonna be
I agree with that, but I think we do ourselves a disservice from shuffle, thinking
Right.
that the shuffle is part of you. But you shuffle to make food, you can survive. So it is a part of you. And I think if we continue on this separation, it will get to the point where AI could probably.
It was separate before. It's not separate now.
It's never been separated.
No, it was separate before. I think it was 100%.
We develop tools or domestic animals, maybe so. But even then, we use each other as tools.
Because at that point, we could say anything is a tool. The earth is a tool.
Yeah, you're kind of
Fire was the main tool.
Air is a tool for us to survive.
I don't think they were together with fire, for example.
Because
You gotta-
it's a thing that you invented to use, not a thing that was already there.
So it's something we invent to help us.
It depends on
Yeah.
the tool, I guess. But I think before it was really separate. Like people they're not used to rely on everything on technology. I don't know, 60 years ago, for example.
¿Cómo cazaban? Eso era
it's still a
That's
part
a
of it.
weapon.
But my point is like people saw like the shovel or the bow and arrow as like something they use. You don't think of the arm as a tool.
no,
That's how you lose it.
But you don't think of it as a tool. You think of it as part of you. That's until we get to a point where technology is like your arm, then it's going to start to mesh.
So in one of the things, all I'm saying is make this process.
You're
a
just
little
broadening
easier
the.
because you already think like
No, I do think
Sure.
I do think my phone is part of me at this point, for example.
I love the shit out of my life. Weird, but
I feel like
How long can you go without checking your email, for example? So that when you got to that point again, it is different. I do think it's completely different now as before. Before, my grandma, for example, the only one that is alive right now, she's not checking the phone every 5 hours. For
no.
because people still saw that as tools.
oh, well, you're saying that's time. You do
I'm-
need no time.
You're saying is it should. I'm saying is like what is the majority of the population see this as? It's like the majority of the population isn't gonna see it that way until they see it as like their hand, until it's like a part of.
Wait,
And this
just
goes
finish the
back-
question.
Give me.
Cambiaron la
Let
pregunta.
me tell you, this goes back to our original question of why we have to decide when white people platforms or think they could.
Right.
You're right. General public doesn't have our friends.
But wait,
We already started
think
thinking
do you guys really think they don't?
Yeah, what?
They don't at this time, this point of life, they don't see this
As a part of them.
You don't think so?
Because it's still detached.
And
yeah.
you do think they do.
No, I
But
know.
he thinks they should. He thinks they should. You should.
No. This goes back to the manipulation thing. Imposing on because sometimes some group will know best to prepare us for the best future possible. Now, is it gonna be perfect? Hell, fuck no.
So drop the
O sea, no está literalmente pegada a su cuerpo. Pero si usted sale de su casa sin su celular y usted ya va 3 millas afuera, usted tiene que
Es que
devolverse.
ahora estamos en un área gris. Ahora
No, pero es que ahí
es
está
como,
como cambia.
ajá, por eso es un área gris, como que sí es parte de ti, pero como que no, como
Por eso,
mentalmente
entonces,
sientes ansiedad si no lo tienes,
por
pero es
eso,
parte de
entonces sí
ti,
es
ajá,
parte.
pero no es parte de ti.
O sea, pues, es que si lo ves desde el sentido más literal, pues ninguna cosa es.
Excepto tu brazo.
Es
Pero
decir, excepto
a cierto punto,
Pero-
esta tecnología vas a tener tu teléfono aquí. O aparte así que
No, ni
virtual.
eso. Un lente de contacto.
O
en su
algo así.
ojo y
en ese punto es parte de ti. La gente
si usted tiene un lente de contacto, no es parte de usted, literalmente. Porque es un lente de contacto.
O los lentes.
O los lentes.
pero se lo pueden quitar.
Por eso no es parte de usted.
Pero se lo pueden quitar. Cuando no te lo puedes quitar, eso es cuando cambia.
Ay, ¿cuál era su pregunta? Que yo me perdí porque yo estaba perdido en lo otro.
The point that I was trying to make is this is why sometimes greed because the or
Camilo.
counterproductive bickering drives me nuts.
So you're all for oligarchies.
No, I didn't say that before. and we could discuss the consequences.
It's crazy how you be justifying
Hold up.
the church, bro. You've been justifying church the whole
Hold
night.
up, hold up. No, because
It's that's just
because
crazy.
that's how you know. I don't think in those circumstances.
Okay.
No. Like I agree with Sean. general public gives two fucks when next runs down the power of the GPS update thing because whatever. But the reality is where we're going with it, we need to start respecting objects really give purpose because once these motherfuckers are conscious, we're gonna be too late. And it already feels like we're and my whole thing saying not manipulate, not coerce anybody in it, but sometimes our own humanity way like to know something fucking idea. And sometimes certain group of people just do. Now is it gonna be perfect? No, it's people everybody gonna live. No. It's
Like who? But okay.
Yo veo que como que tomaron en sentido muy literal lo que les dije de que evolucionábamos como especie con respecto a eso, pero esa es la cuestión, o sea, ¿cómo cambió?
¿Cómo hemos evolucionado?
O sea, a lo mejor no lo dije bien al
Ah.
decirlo como especie,
Vos dijiste como los
Como-
del sistema político.
en general.
La democracia ha estado ha sido algo desde Grecia antigua. Tenían democracia.
Pero ¿cuántos
E inventaron la democracia.
Pero Grecia nada más. ¿Cuántos otros países tenían democracia? ¿No?
Roma.
Roma. Y antes, en las tribus, eso hacían, votaban
No, nunca votaban, era la ley del más fuerte,
en algunas partes.
en la mayoría.
Bueno, no sé.
No, I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know. I don't know how they lived.
I do not have no. They will kill each other for sure.
Sí, literalmente.
Se me hace que sí había lugares donde votaban, pero era.
Just high class people who have access to temples, for example,
Ya.
and they will make decisions.
Nomás era como 10 personas que votaban.
Or like in tribes, they have like a council of elders.
The
The
tribal
elders.
chief.
Yeah.
Pero no votan, o sea, es solo porque
Voy.
asumen que el más viejo es el que tiene más experiencia y es el que le debe liderar, y ni siquiera en eso. Porque hay otra tribu en África, precisamente, que es el que sea más panzón el que va a ser el líder de la tribu.
Well,
Well,
one of the oldest questions of humanity. How do we run this bitch? No one knows.
Lo que-
Still,
lo-
to this
Buck
day.
ups his point. though.
To this day, how do we run this bitch? I don't know.
o sea,
Ask ChatGPT.
We're not scared.
Ask ChatGPT. Give me
We're not scared. We're humanity's trying every single thing.
Pero es diferente. Es que por eso mencioné lo de las monarquías. O sea, los tiempos de antes donde las monarquías eran absolutas es muy diferente a los tiempos de ahora.
Y ahora le llaman consejo.
Pero,
Pero todavía,
garantice o sea, compare una ciudad gobernada por el consejo monárquico.
pero el sistema político no
con
tiene.
con una monarquía anterior, una monarquía absoluta como eran anteriores.
Pero el sistema político no tiene nada que ver como cómo evolucionamos como humanidad.
Los guía en un lugar.
Pero
I bet.
yeah,
I did.
everybody did with cash. That's how you vote. Yeah, and they voted. No, they voted with their money. If they didn't work, they didn't buy it. That's how they vote, and it went away.
Plasma TVs aren't a thing.
That's how you vote with your money. Yeah. Yeah. Because the majority of the people voted because they bought it. Yeah.
Sometimes
Pero usted no pensaba que era un voto cuando lo estaba comprando.
No, pero era.
Making your life easier. Was
yeah,
coming.
sometimes
Or better.
probably gonna end up. Are we asking random people to vote more? No.
People just do
We
it.
gotta-
Yeah.
it's not- Like we gotta expand. There's no other. That's gonna be perfect. Fuck.
They're also not saying, "Hey, you got to go to Mars."
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because sometimes for a committee, somebody has to help with in
And that happens every day. That's happening.
happening.
It's not happening. It's in this room. And on that note, yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you for joining early and on time. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe.
Don't. What a good episode for Holly Week.
No se habló nada
So,
de la
okay.